Well, welcome back to the Timeline Ranch. It's morning time. I'll show you what I'm planning on doing today. So I'll open the well up so that it can dry out. You can see there's quite a bit of moisture on the door from the temperature difference between the two. So I'm going to put that, once that dries out, I'm going to paint the frame and the door. And then on the inside I need to put that MP1 sealant to seal where the top meets the stone part of the well. And then on the top here I've got sealer to go on it. I'll have to give it a good brush down. I got to put 2 coats on that. I've been waiting for the temperature to be good for it though. So that's one of the things I'm about to do this today. Then this crate that I had made to bring the well top out here from the house 700 miles away, I'm going to disassemble it. It's made out of old pallet boards. The other thing I'm going to do, I need to make a little mounting bracket for this metal brake. That's to make the trim for this metal siding. And these handrails here, I need to paint. They're aluminum, but the welds weren't exactly completely smooth, so I had to do a little Bondo work there. Once it's painted, you will never know that was there. I think they turned out pretty clean looking. So that's another thing on my to-do list. I'm gonna put this thing up on that mount that I made. This thing is not light. I don't remember exactly what it weighs, but pretty heavy. I thought the machine would start. I just started it up, but I don't want to start it until I'm ready to dig the trench. Kitchen rolls up. Close enough for this rocket ship. So I'm down inside the well, as you can tell. I'm going to put MP1 right along this connection between the top and the base. And then I've got to paint the frame to the door. I'm just going to put some, I don't have any painter's tape, I'm just going to put some duct tape right here and spray it. The moisture in here, you know, it's a constant that's starting to rust it out. This is high zinc paint that I put on here, you know, when I built it. But we're going to put some good stuff here. So NP1 first. This tube of NP1 right here, no one's going to believe it, has been open for 3 years, but because the humidity level here is so little, it couldn't cure. It cures when it's out of the tube. It takes a while, but well, I got the sealant done all the way around, nice and sealed. Got my tape up to spray this thing on the inside, and then I gotta try to get out without touching it. I don't think I can see what I'm doing unless I spray it from the inside though. Alright, got the inside sprayed. I touched one little spot getting out, but nothing I couldn't do a little touch up on. Hopefully this lasts for a while. Got the outside taped up, fixing to spray it. I wiped it down earlier with a wet rag. So I'm finished with the door on the well. I'm going to paint these handrails now. You can see they turned out pretty clean. I cut you know, this was a straight piece of pipe. I just cut Cut it on a 22.5 degree, flipped it around, had a friend of mine, weld it. And then these flanges used to have little arms that came out to support something. We cut those off and then just cut the pipe on a 45 and welded it on there. I think they'll look pretty good in there. And let me get these sprayed and off to the next project. So I just sprayed half of them. I'll let it dry so I can pick it up from that other side, and I'll spray the other side. I didn't feel like hanging it by wire. This paint dries real quick, so yeah, I think it's gonna look pretty good. Like it never was bondoed. And it's aluminum color, so if the paint does get chipped, you're not really gonna see it. So, on to the next project. So I'm going to be putting this concrete sealer on the well top, or picnic table, whatever you want to call it. It's supposed to be above 40 degrees, no higher than 90 degrees Fahrenheit. I need to put 2 coats. You're supposed to saturate it. It is 80 degrees. Perfect temperature. So let me saturate this thing and come back when it's supposed to be tacky, and you can put another coat on it. And it's good for 2 years. That's what they said. It doesn't change the appearance of it. It'll still look the same. It's not going to be shinier or anything, but it won't absorb water at all. Now I'm just supposed to let it dry and apply one more coat. You can see it's already beading up on itself. Well, back to spray painting my handrails. So I don't know if I've ever showed how I put water in my tank on the roof up there. So that's a 55-gallon drum. Look, it's just like one of these, kind of a squared off 55-gallon drum. It had Lipton tea syrup in it. So I've just got a little drill activated pump. Just have a piece of PVC to make sure the end stays in the bottom of the barrel. And then I'll hook it to my little water spigot here. Turn it on. It'll blow all the air out of the line and fill it with water, because this pump is not self-priming. This little pump leaks pretty bad, but it'll be alright. So far I've only used about 55 gallons of water out of the 140 I brought. So it's a nice shower night. Anyway, that's how I fill up my water tank. So at the top, that device you see at the top, that's an air admittance valve. So when there's a negative inside the tank, it draws air in. It's got a screen to keep bugs and stuff out. And then that other little fitting there is just a check valve. So as I'm filling it, it's pressurizing it. It lets the air out, but it stays closed, any other time, which keeps the bugs out. So it works pretty good. That way you got air coming in, air going out. Anyway, that's how I fill my water tank on the roof up.